Alright, hello, Susan, Eric. I thought I'd make another one of these videos. It seems like it's easier than trying to connect at the same time all the time. So I just want to share a couple things. I went to this coding deal on Saturday, and there's a couple ideas that I got from there I thought were pretty good. One of them, in my little folder, whatever, my coding folder, I made something in this unplugged activities. It's called conditional cards. And the idea is it's to teach if-then logic with cards, and spelled this wrong. Fantastic. All right. So these are basically the directions you can see up on the screen, where you'd have two players playing against each other with a deck of cards, a regular deck of cards. And I haven't done this in class yet, but I think it'd be a good way to teach conditional logic. And then they would have, besides a deck of cards, you'd have to have pieces of paper that would have a conditional statement like this. As if the color of the card is red, then say Batman, otherwise say Superman. So you could have 2 or 3 people playing, flip over a card between them, and they have to do whatever this conditional tells them to do. So if they got a red card, the first person said Batman here would win. If they got a black card, then they'd have to say Superman. Whoever said it first would win the card. And so there'd be a bunch of these pieces of paper. So they could do this conditional for a couple cards, and then flip over a new conditional. So like if suit is hearts, then say Batman, Superman. So they flip one. If it's spades, first person that would say Superman would win. And then I just started making more if the number. So I think I said face cards would be 10, aces would be 1. So here if they got a face card, they say Batman, otherwise they say Superman. And again, you can just make, what I liked about this is you can make it as easy or as hard as you want. Like some of these early ones I hope would be pretty easy for the kids. And then you could start doing ones that say not, if it's not red, say Batman. It's just another one, and then I started making these more and more complex. So here's one that's got an or, so if the suit is hearts, or the suit is spades, and say Batman. So that one's getting more complex. There's another or one, an and one. And then you can do what's called like nested ifs. Oh, this was not quite a nested if. Sorry, this is like 3 different paths. So if the suit is hearts, say Batman. Otherwise, if the suit is say diamonds, say Superman. Then otherwise, say Iron Man. So that's just like 3 paths. And then for the really advanced kids, these are what's called nested ifs, where you have an if inside of an if. And so like in this one, they'd have to flip it over. And let's say that this was the 10 of spades. So they say if the color is red, well, it's not. So they go down here and say Iron Man. And let's say now that it was the 10 of hearts. So if the color is red, so they go inside of here. And if the suit is diamonds, it's not. So they come down here and say Superman. So this would be good for the more advanced kids. The other thing that I got from the conferences, I talked to some people from Minnetonka, and they do quite a bit of this programming stuff, do more integrated. But I asked them what their favorite project or best project that they did, and they said the best thing they did was just give them an open-ended project, and with a little bit of requirements, maybe like a rubric to grade it. We had to have so many backgrounds and some animation and actors and et cetera, et cetera. But the topic was just any content that they'd been learning in their classes, so they could make a little slideshow type presentation about the content, or they'd make a little quiz about it, whatever they wanted to help people study or learn, review the information that had been done in class. So they said that was their favorite one, and it was open-ended. They said the kids would bring in their math book or their social studies book and start to make a vocab quiz or whatever it was. So that was their favorite of all the projects. Final thing I want to mention is what I'm doing this week. I'm doing a bunch of like calculate programs in class, and I started yesterday. I did this one where they calculate percents. So I tried to start easy. It's still kind of hard. I had to walk them through it a lot. But basically, it's this little program that asks them how many program questions you get correct on a quiz. It's 15. How many is there total? There's 20 total. It tells them the percent. And then I made like an extra challenge that could actually calculate the grade. That's kind of tricky, but I just told them the basic one is trying to get the percent to work. And I think most of the kids got that done yesterday. There's a starter project that went with it. And I had to walk them through this quite a bit at the start just to make sure, because they didn't really know how to do these variables. yet and how to set things. So we talked about how to set variables. And what I gave them for this was we walked through as a class, and then I also, in my files, there's in the Tinker lessons, it's called the calculate percent right here file, and then it just has the steps for the program here. And so we walked through these steps. We made the program as a class, walked through step by step. I also had them do some practice calculations down here for how you calculate a percent. And then I also printed on the back some sample code in case they got stuck. They could flip it over and use it. I told them try not to use this. Only use it if you get in trouble. I tried to have them use these steps on the front. And, decent amount of it ended up flipping it over, but I feel that some of them were able to do it without it. And after that, today I'm going to do something really similar. There's another file for this. I call it like the shopping discount program, and I haven't done this yet, but it's a real similar thing with variables, and we're going to walk through as a class how to calculate like a discounted price. So the user will enter the price plus a percentage, and then you'll have to calculate these. So I print this off and go through it as a class. I didn't do any sample code for this one. There is a starter project for it. Let's see, I think we call it shopping. And so I don't know what's in this starter. I haven't looked at it recently, but I think it's just got some code blocks along with some directions. A lot similar to the other one. So that's kind of what I'm doing this week, and when it's done, the shopping one, I can show you what it looks like. It'll just like we were talking about, shopping discount. So you enter a price. So you enter, let's say, $100 at a 25% discount, and it'll calculate that the price is $75. Pretty tough. I'm thinking of maybe letting them use partners on this one because I think it's going to be kind of tough. But I don't know. After yesterday, hopefully they have a rough idea of how to do it. Okay. Hope everything's going well with you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll try and share these with you. These ones. All right. Have a good day.